We are back. Welcome back to the BackCountry Pa Podcast. You got myself, Cody.
And Ethan.
For some reason, I almost said myself, Ethan, which is very odd.
And myself, Cody.
So on this one's going to be a fishing episode. Ethan, you're welcome.
Yes.
Fishing. So Ethan.
So excited.
Ethan went on his first ever fishing camp experience.
Yes.
So Ethan, first, walk us through like where it was at, all that kind of stuff, and go from there.
Yeah. So, my parents' neighbors, who we've had on the podcast, Jerry and Lisa Highlander.
Yep.
They have a place in Tioga County.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry, he goes every year with a couple of people he knows to a fishing camp. He invited my dad.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad's like, yeah, like, I'll go.
Your dad's retired. Why not?
Yeah, I got nothing to do, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, can Ethan go? And Jerry's like, oh, absolutely. Like, he was all excited. Like, yeah. So, of course, got the approval before he asked me anyway. He's like, oh, hey, by the way, are you free this weekend? And I was like, I will make sure I am.
Yeah.
So, beginning of first weekend of June, I took off days.
Yep.
We went up to their cabin to go fishing. And I didn't know what to expect. I didn't go because this was like exclusive fishing. That's it, right? That's all we're doing. I've never done that.
Yeah.
Like I've gone
like
to
fishing nonstop.
Right? Like I've gone to the cabin. We'll fish.
And then go back to the cabin.
We'll go back to the cabin. We'll go into town somewhere. Go to yard sales. We're doing a little bit of everything, right?
Right.
Exclusive. So we went up. It was Thursday. We left Thursday around lunch.
Okay.
And then we came home Monday morning.
Okay.
Well, we went over to our cabin Sunday.
Yeah.
And then we went home.
Yep.
So, yeah, I wasn't really sure what to expect. And, like, literally, we got there Thursday. It was about a 3-hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
And, dude, they don't. Oh, my God. So, like, when we go to our cabin, we go up. We stop at Snowshoe, right? That's, like, 2/3 of the way there. Stop. Use the restroom. Get some snacks, get some Chester's chicken, depending on the day. The wonderful Chester's chicken, right? Depending on the time. And then we drive the remaining hour or so. No big deal. No. Dude, he drives straight through. No stops. 3 hours.
What kind of madman?
He crazy. Because I said, Dad, does he stop? Like, is there a stop? Like,
did your dad know where he was going? Like, he had to follow him?
He followed him,
okay.
Right? But, like, he's been there a few times, so he knows, like, the general. But, like, Jerry's gone more than one way to get to the cabin because
so it's not the same route every time.
So it's usually never the same freaking route anyway. Yeah. So I was like, oh my God. So he's like, oh, I know where he's at now. Like once you get to a certain point, it's like, okay.
And then you see Jerry turn somewhere, it's like, your dad's like, where the heck is he going now?
What's going on? Yeah. So I was like, oh my God. So we finally get there. Of course, I was like, I have to pee so bad.
Yeah.
So I just run to the back. I said, I'm peeing on a tree. I'm claiming it. It's mine.
Yeah.
But we get there. And there was, by Friday, Saturday, there was 6 of us total.
Yeah.
6 people total. But yeah, Thursday, we're just like, okay, we get there, we set up, we get all of our stuff out, claim the beds that we were going to sleep in for the night. And they're like, okay, we're going fishing. Can they see that from here?
Oh, yeah, they should be able to see something like that. Yep.
If you can see this, so obviously there's me.
Yep.
You know who I am. Okay, then to the right of me, that's Tony.
Yep.
The right of him, that's Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
And then to the left of me, that's Ed.
Okay.
And then obviously my dad.
Yep.
And then Josh.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the gang.
You were the youngest in the group, huh?
I was the youngest. I think Josh might be younger than me. I think he's younger.
Okay. All right.
Not by much, though.
That's a huge steak. Can I just point that out? That is like huge portions.
Oh, dude, those I got the spaghetti and meatballs. That's it's called the Log Cabin in Tioga County. You can only go there with a reservation.
Oh, that place.
Yes. I've been there twice. Both times were fantastic. It's a wonderful place.
Is this the chicken parm right here? Because that looks like chicken parm.
Yeah, because I got that last time I went, the first time, and I was like, I am dying because there was so much food.
So what did your dad get? I want to know what your dad got. I can't really see what he got.
Steak and something else.
Looks like mashed potatoes or rice.
It wasn't rice. I know that. I don't remember. I'd have to ask him.
But I mean, this steak
Dude,
is
it's
just
freaking huge.
massive.
Dude,
And
you
it's
get
not-
your money's worth. That's for sure.
It's like medium.
Oh yeah.
It's like there's blood.
Oh yeah.
Like this plate is like he's sitting
It was
in blood.
mooing. It was mooing. No, I was kidding.
I'm not a fan of that, to be honest. I'm not a fan of like the.
Really? I like them. I like a little bit
I
of
don't-
pink.
I,
Medium
no-
well. I'm a medium
Yeah,
well.
I like a little bit of pink, but I don't like.
But if there's no color at all, it's
No,
it's
I'm not about a
that-
boot.
That's
but,
overcooked for me.
Yeah, I mean that. How can you? Okay, first of all, before we get to this, because I'm still stuck on how big. Like that was the first thing I like. The fish was great, but yet I
Oh,
look.
yeah.
I think this is the first thing that stands out is that how big that steak was.
Oh yeah.
Because how in the world are you going to cut that up? Did he eat that whole thing? Like, do you remember if he ate that whole
I
thing?
think he did. He might have.
What an animal!
Oh man, he likes his food. He goes there all. They go there all the time.
Oh, so they don't need a reservation. They just like
They just show up.
yeah,
they have
just
a
like,
schedule.
hey, we're the
They know. Oh, they
Yeah.
know so many people up there. So I mean, they go up. It's such a different vibe
yeah
up there because like when we go up to our cabin,
Mhm.
it's like we bring up food,
yeah
right? Like I mean, we brought food for this weekend,
Yeah.
but like we bring up food and we eat. Like we'll go out to eat maybe once,
yeah
right? And
Yeah.
we'll go out and get ice cream or
Mhm,
something. That's it.
mhm.
That's all they do.
Go out to eat.
Go out to eat. Like we ate breakfast, but it was like brunch, really.
Yeah
But like for dinner,
yeah
no, there's no dinner at the cabin.
yeah. It's always going out.
It's always going out. Always. And
So
they
is
have
it
a-
always here?
Always. Well, that was like Saturday. Friday we went somewhere else.
Okay.
It was a nice little like a bar
Yeah.
type scene. It was really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, so that was
that's a massive steak. I'm just
yeah.
I'm just
And the
baffled
food,
by
I tell you,
that.
the food there's delicious.
Oh, I'm
But
sure.
anyway, so that was the gang for the weekend. And yeah, as soon as we got there Thursday, we got there a little after 3 o'clock. So we left after 12. So about 3 to 4 o'clock, we get there. A couple people, I think Tony and Josh were waiting.
Okay.
Like they just got there because they obviously knew where they were going. And then we're like, okay, let's go fishing. I'm like, oh, okay. Right off the bat, we're going.
Yeah.
We're out. We get there, we go fishing. We're like, oh, we'll stop down at this. I can say it's not a secret spot. Pine Creek.
Okay.
Okay, it's a very well-known creek in Tioga County.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking like there's places that have cabins that advertise
Yeah.
because of Pine Creek
Yeah.
alone. They
Yeah.
stock it and everything.
Oh yeah.
right?
Just like Ben's that type stuff.
Yeah, right? So went down to the spot in Pine Creek, and within the first half an hour, it started raining pretty good,
Yeah.
right? And Jerry's like on his phone looking. He's like, yeah, we're going to get hit here for about half an hour, according to the... It's like, oh, shit. So I'm standing under the tree. Jerry's underneath a pine tree. I don't know where Tony and Josh got to. My dad's standing out in the middle of the creek.
He doesn't care.
He don't care. He's got his hat on. He's got his waders, and
Yep.
he's just
He's
there.
like, I am one with the fish.
I am one with nature. I flow with the water. And he was
Is
just-
the water wet or is the rain? Is
the rain wet?
Is the water wet or is the rain wet? I don't know.
The rain makes the water wet.
Does the rain make the
Ah.
water wet or
Yes.
am I just wet?
Okay, now we're getting too deep. Here we go.
Let us know.
Gosh. And then then obviously the rain goes away, and then we fished. Didn't catch anything the first night, right? I
Mhm.
was so exhausted.
I'm
'Cause
sure.
I got off work, went home. I had to do a list of things I had to get done, be
Mhm.
over at my dad's by lunch, go fishing, and then we didn't leave until close to 9 o'clock. Like every night we went fishing, like we fished throughout the day.
Mhm.
We didn't leave until it was dark. Like we were out till dark fishing.
Like till the lightning bugs were out.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Was there lightning bugs flying around?
Oh yeah,
that's
she
pretty
was.
sick.
Oh, it was fantastic.
That's beautiful.
I was like, oh. And it was like a set schedule, but it was
Mm-hmm.
nice because like, so obviously Thursday nothing happened, but like, my dad let me sleep in a little bit.
Oh, that's so nice of him.
Thank God, because I was like, Dad, I'm not setting any alarm.
Yeah.
I am exhausted. I've been up for 24
Mhm.
plus hours. I'm sleeping. Wake me up at the last possible minute before we go fishing, and then I'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's like, hey, it's almost 8 o'clock. It was like 7:45. The guys want to get up and they want to leave by 8. I'm like, oh shit, like I gotta get up and move.
Yeah.
I mean, I was up, threw a couple cookies in my face, and said, "All right, let's go." Right, we were fine. Ready?
Yeah.
Like 8:00 every day, we were out the door fishing.
Okay.
We fished until almost lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Came back. Tony made. Technically, it was lunch, but he made breakfast. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Eggs, pancakes, ham. Oh, I mean, it was delicious food, right?
Yeah.
And then we took a little siesta. And then we're like, okay, back out fishing again. And we'd fish for a couple more hours. And then we'd go out to eat for dinner.
Okay.
And then as soon as we got done eating dinner, went right back out to go fishing again.
Yeah.
Like we fished 3 times, three days, 3 times each day. 3 different times. And I've been like, I have never fished this much in my life.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed every second of it.
Okay.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
So I'm like, granted, the first night I was like, I just want to go back to the cabin. I want to go to bed. I'm so done with everything. I've been up for 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Because even my dad's like, you're tired, aren't you? I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm done right now. I want to
Yeah.
go. I want to go back. But we finally go out, and they have their spots that they go. I mean, they go to these every year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're sitting there, and I wasn't sure how things were going to go down because, like, me and my dad, we use spinning rods, right? Jerry and the guys, they're all fly fishermen, right?
Oh,
They
yeah.
have, like, Josh has a spinning rod. I don't think the other guys did, but for the most, they all fly fished,
Yeah.
right? So I was like, I even told my dad, I said, Dad, like, we catch fish to keep and eat.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do.
Yeah.
So later we found out for the majority, 99% of the fish that they do catch, they put back.
Okay.
Right? They're those kind of fish.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Nothing
yeah.
wrong with that, but that's just what they do. So I was like, well, they're stocked, so I'm going to keep them. And I'm going to eat them because we do. And they didn't care. They literally, at one point, Jerry gave me a fish.
Yeah.
It was a rainbow trout that he
So-
caught. He goes, here.
Before we get any further into this trip,
Yeah.
I want to get your input on this.
Oh, do tell.
All right. So you just said they're fly fishermen.
Yes.
They throw back stock trout.
Yeah.
You keep stock trout
Right.
and eat them.
Yes.
We know that stock trout don't live more than a year.
Not true.
Oh.
But they're little facts. So they do.
Okay.
They do.
Okay.
Chances
They can't.
Might not
You
be-
can't
Oh, they can. Some do. Some of them do. Not saying they all do. Stop.
Right.
There you go. Foot went off. Leave me alone. I'm not saying they all do, obviously, but there's a few that do. And actually, well, like I said, like we had on episode 200, we learned the things that we learn from all these people. I learned stuff this weekend that I didn't even know. Like what's the difference between a native and a wild? There is a difference.
The jaw.
No,
Right?
no. Just what it is.
Okay.
And I didn't know this.
Okay.
But I'll tell you that in a minute.
Okay.
But, what was I talking about? Oh shit! What you just asked me? My brain's all. fishy
The fly fishermen
Yeah.
throw the stock trout back.
Right.
And you keep them even
Yeah.
though we thought that they only lived for a year.
Right. Right.
And they can't repopulate.
Yeah. Well, they can, and I know
Okay.
they live longer. It depends on the location, the temperature, the seasons, that kind of stuff, right? Trout like cooler waters in general.
Right.
And a lot of these areas up north, especially up north,
Yeah.
they're the good, environment
Right.
for these trout. Like down south here, southern PA, down south, southern PA, it gets really hot. Trout don't like it so much. It's kind of 50-50 there,
Right.
right? Up
Right.
north, a lot better chances
Okay.
of them surviving. I mean, that's why, like in the mountains, those creeks in the mountains, that's where that's where you're catching your brook trout.
Right.
That's because that's like the perfect environment for them.
Okay.
It's cooler year round compared to down here,
Okay.
so it works. But I was like, if I catch a stock trout, I'm keeping it within my limit, of course. I'm taking it back,
And
filleting.
what's the limit?
5
5.
a day. 5?
Okay.
Oh god, 5. Yeah, 6 is squirrels.
Yeah.
5 is trout
Okay.
for the regular season.
Okay.
Drops down to like 3, I think, in the late season, but I don't really fish late season.
Okay.
And 7 inches
Okay.
is minimum.
All right.
So yeah, I kept it.
I would know what 7 inches is.
There it was.
That's a complete joke.
I'm glad. Glad you got that one. Oh my gosh, I can't even. It's not even a dad joke at that point. It's just an inappropriate joke.
Well,
You have a child.
I am a dad.
That is true.
So that means, well, we'll just continue.
Yeah. But like these fish, they were rising.
Okay.
All the time. They were top feeding on who knows what.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious because like my dad and I were using worms, corn, mealworms, and then the guys were using flies that they tied or they bought or whatever. And like nothing was like, not nothing was working, but it was like with as many fish that are top feeding, there should be a lot more fish caught.
Right.
Right? And they just weren't feeding. I was like, we're throwing worms. I don't think I caught. I think the majority of all the fish that I caught that weekend was just on corn.
Okay.
I think 1 or 2 I caught on like a worm-corn combo. Oh, yeah. I put the corn on first, pushed it the whole way to the top, and then a little piece of worm on the bottom, just like to hide the hook, essentially.
Yeah.
Chuck that sucker in. Oh.
Add some weight with that worm.
And it worked. Oh, yeah, just a little weight. Just enough weight.
Just a little.
And if it was just corn, 3 pieces.
To add that weight.
To add that weight. So
right.
I had a tiny split shot on it just to get it out there.
Get it out there, yeah.
But yeah. So
were you when you throw it out there with that corn, were you just letting it sit?
Yep.
Were you reeling it in slowly?
Oh, Leonard said letting the current take it naturally.
Let those oils flow down.
Oh yeah. Let the juices flow.
Yep.
And just let it go from there. But yeah, I caught a couple rainbow first night. I guess that would have been Friday. Friday morning. I was one of the first ones to actually catch a fish Thursday morning. And then eventually Tony found the perfect fly. I don't even remember what it was, but he was just free. I mean, that man was pulling them in left and right.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, got one.
Freaking Tony.
Freaking Tony. He was on top of things, let me tell you.
On top Tony.
On top Tony. He caught some good fish.
Yeah.
And then, so obviously I had a couple on the stringer. Dad caught, I think 1 or 2. He just threw them on my stringer. I think those 3 trout there, the 3 rainbows that you just had on the picture there.
Yeah.
2 of those were mine.
Okay.
One, no. One, I don't remember actually. One was mine, one was Dad's, and I think the other one might have been Jerry's. Jerry just gave me a rainbow trout.
Okay. So what makes these stocked? It's something with their jaw, right?
They're stocked. We don't have native rainbows
that we know of, that we've known of.
Yeah, we just don't. We don't. So here's the difference. I learned this from Josh actually.
Okay.
The difference between a native and a wild.
Okay.
Okay. So the only native trout that we have in Pennsylvania is the brook trout.
Okay.
That's the only native.
Yeah.
Every other trout, rainbow, brown, has been introduced.
Okay.
From us.
Right.
Back in when the European settlers were here.
Right.
A wild trout is a trout that was stocked in year 1.
Okay.
Made it to year 2. Reproduced.
Okay.
Had offspring.
Okay.
Those offspring.
Yeah.
Are now considered wild trout.
Okay.
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 And
so
then,
if they're born in the wild.
Yeah, they're born in the wild.
Right.
They're not native,
Gotcha.
but they were born in the wild from a stock trout.
Okay.
And then if a stock trout makes it into year 2, we holdovers. Those are holdover from last year. That's just basically what they're called.
Gotcha.
What the brown trout that I caught, the beautiful one. Actually, that was a different brown trout. He's still nice anyway. But the really nice brown trout I caught.
This butte.
Yeah. I think he was a holdover.
Okay.
He should have been a holdover because he had a nicer jaw on him.
Okay.
You can tell he was in the water for.
Right.
They didn't stock him that year.
Also, he's bigger.
He's a big. Oh yeah, they didn't stock him.
The average probably is like
that little rainbow I got.
This guy.
Yeah.
Right there.
He's probably like 8 or 9 inches.
Or like that guy.
He was good. He's about 11.
Or like this one right here.
Yeah.
Like that's probably the generic size you're gonna catch once it's stocked first year.
Yeah.
Well, now, if you get into this size,
Yeah.
the one you caught, because you said, did you say you released this guy?
I did. I let him go. I was like, dude, he is too beautiful to keep.
Was that him?
No, that's actually. So here's fun. That's
a sucker.
No, that's a fall fish.
A fall fish?
A fall fish, and I didn't even know that. I thought it was just a gigantic chub.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Right? No. Same family.
Okay.
It's in the minnow family.
Same as the chub.
Yes, they're in the minnow family.
Okay.
Chubs, minnows, and carp.
Gotcha.
They're all.
I say he does look like a carp too.
Yeah. But that's actually a fall fish, which, fun fact, is native to Pennsylvania.
Huh.
That's a native Pennsylvania fish. They don't stock them. That was a wild native fall fish.
Tell by the lips right there too.
Yeah.
It's related to the sucker.
Oh, yeah. And I didn't know I caught him.
Yeah.
Because it was like a little tiny bite.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh, man, this thing's fighting pretty good.
Right.
And then I reeled it in. I was like, I'm holding, this fish.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Nice 12, 13 inches long.
Right. Yeah.
Holding that fish. I was like, what the hell is this thing? So I'm like, look. And Josh was like, oh, that's probably a fall fish.
Right.
I'm like, what? What?
Yeah.
I thought it was just like a gigantic creek chub.
Yeah.
But they don't get that big.
Okay.
They really don't.
Yeah.
So he's like, that's a fall fish. And I learned later, the fall fish have more of like the scales.
Mm-hmm.
And they have that, I think there's a stripe.
The stripe on the side.
On the side. That gives that distinct.
A little stripe down below.
Yeah, that distinct.
Like separates
feature.
it from the dark to the belly.
Yeah. That
right
gives
here.
it. Yeah, that gives it.
Right here.
Yeah. That more of that, and you can tell like the scales there.
Yeah.
See how scaly it is?
Yep.
That's really the distinction.
Okay.
So that's a fall fish right there.
Okay, gotcha.
Which they're native.
Okay.
I was the only one. I was the only one to catch a fall fish that weekend, which
Nice.
I thought was cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was a few palominos or golden rainbows, whatever you want to call them.
Everyone catches them.
No one can catch them.
Well, no, because they're so smart because they get caught a few times, and it's like they learn from that very quickly.
Because we saw two of them actually at this spot here where I'm holding that. Was it that? No, that's not the spot. The one with the net. That one there.
Okay.
Right behind me.
Okay.
There's like a brick wall.
Okay.
And there's a nice little hole with the stream coming down.
Yeah.
There was two golden rainbows in there. And it was funny because we get to this spot. You have to walk down this path.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think Tony was like, all right, you young guys go down and try to catch some fish, and then us old heads will come down and show you how it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I laughed. I said, all right, Josh, let's go. So me and Josh walked down. I found the spot, and I saw the yellow. So I was like, well, obviously I'm going to try to cast right here. I want to catch one of the golden rainbows. Second cast. Line goes tight. Oh, shit, I got a fish. Wasn't one of the goldens.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, reel it in. Boom. There's a rainbow trout. And I was like, I turn around and the guys are walking down. And then, the old heads are walking down. And I was like, got one already. We're doing good. I think I ended up I got that one there and then nothing.
Okay.
And I mean nothing. They just stopped. There was nothing there. Those two goldens would not budge. I mean, there was me. There's my dad in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Jerry was to my left. Like, we're all casting all different things at these fish.
Yeah.
They're just like...
They weren't budging.
They were just like, nope. Nope.
Wow.
They wouldn't budge.
Wow.
So then eventually I went downstream. I had to, walk across the stream, went down. And I'm looking. Comes into this nice bend. And I'm looking. I was like, yeah, there's fish in here. There has to be. Right? And someone else was fishing it, and he wasn't... Or Tony went down further right away. And I said, what do you think? He's like, nah, nothing really. And I was like, all right, let me try it.
Yeah.
Cast in. Took a couple casts.
Yeah.
But eventually I got it out just far enough with just the corn. And I mean, the second it touched the water, I saw the fish come up at it.
Yeah.
Boom. Took the corn, pulled it in, another rainbow.
So would you say the go-to bait that you should always use is like corn? Like when you first pull up to a spot?
Yeah, if you're spin fishing, if you're going for trout and you're going for this, my usual go-to is night crawlers.
Yeah.
That's usually my go-to, but they weren't feeling it. Like that whole weekend, they were not feeling the night crawlers. Like even any other, if there was any other kind of fish,
Yeah.
in those creeks, they weren't feeling it. And I was like, well, let me try the corn, and that's what we caught. Basically every fish. That bless you, and again, there we go.
Thank you.
Sound like a doe snorting.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
but yeah, literally basically every fish that I caught was on corn that weekend.
Okay.
My dad even said something. He goes, I don't know what it is. He goes, this year, corn seems to be working.
It's that sweetness.
Has to be. Because in years past, it was always night crawlers.
What is his name? O.J. Simpson passed away, so it's sweetness this year.
Did he really? What a Willie Mays passed away.
I don't know who that is.
Baseball player?
I don't follow baseball.
Famous. Oh, man.
Doesn't matter if he's famous. I don't follow baseball.
Clearly.
No, I think sweetness was actually Walter Payton from the Bears.
Okay.
O.J. Simpson, I don't know. I just said it. Anyway.
Ford Bronco.
Anyway. Ford Bronco.
God. But yeah, like I was even telling the guys, I was like, if you got yellow, any kind of yellow flies, like use those.
Yeah.
See if it works.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone did.
Yeah.
So they didn't. But they like I said, they were catching fish.
Yeah.
And that was like, we fished Thursday night. We fished 3 separate times on Friday. We fished those 3 separate times on Saturday. And then me and my dad left Sunday.
So like 9 times, right? Is it 9 or was it 7?
7.
7.
7, because me and my dad left to go to our cabin on Sunday, spend the night, come home Monday morning.
Gotcha.
Something like that. I don't remember. Yeah. But that guy. Oh man.
So this was what
Saturday
time? So this was Saturday. So it would have been your second full day.
Saturday night. This was after dinner.
It was Saturday night after dinner. After you had that, everyone had their big steak.
Oh, I had
right?
that big old
spaghetti. And you're like, man, I just want to
full.
sit here and just like look at the water.
I'm gonna destroy a toilet
Yeah.
later.
I'm sure. I believe that.
Ugh.
So when you walk up here, I think that my biggest question always is when fishing is like, how do you know to throw something in? Like, how do you know? Because you're not wearing polarized glasses. You're not wearing anything like that. Like most people, when they say, "Oh, I threw it in because I had polarized glasses on and I saw the fish in there." Now, what makes you want to throw it in to the spot? Is it just like just random shit altogether?
I kind of I try to look at it from the bank. I'm looking, and I can kind of really tell, like, I don't want to say how deep it is, but I can tell, like, okay, that's deep over there. There's a hole. The water's coming down. It's creating this
kind of like a
flow
or like a solid, like part of the water.
So, like, if you can see from the picture, so the back the wall right there,
this brick wall, yeah.
Okay, so the creek itself comes around the bend and then straightens out.
So it's coming towards us right now.
Yeah, it's coming towards us from the picture, and it comes down and then it straightens out and goes out.
Right.
Behind me, it's kind of a, like, not rushing water, but it's like the water's moving faster.
Right.
And it's deeper over there, because I literally caught him, like, right to the left of the pig, like right around that area where you're moving the mouse.
Okay.
That's literally where I caught him.
Okay, so you had that kind of like that brick wall stopping the current, which made a little
flow and come through it, and you can tell you can tell from looking at the color of the water, like, oh, it's deeper in here.
Okay.
They're going to be in there.
Okay.
A fish is going to be there. Not always trout. But
not the biggest one either. It's just going to be a fish in there.
Yep.
Right.
So I said, all right, I'm going to check. I mean, I'm talking, I fished there for probably a good hour before I even caught him.
All right.
I had like a nibble or two at first, but I was like, man, nothing's like really biting. I said, but I don't want to give up on the spot. This is just too good of. I said, we'll wait a little bit till it gets a little later. We'll see what happens. And I got this nibble. I mean, this tiniest.
Oh, I don't know why I didn't like this post. I thought I liked it. I commented.
You did.
I apologize.
That's okay. Now I have 35 likes. Nice. Wait for a notification on my phone then. I just got these little nibbles.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, maybe it's a little fish. It's like it's a little fish. Like maybe it is a creek chub, right? I was like, well, to me, a fish is a fish.
Right.
I'm happy to catch anything. I said, well, let me try. So I put some fresh corn on because it didn't really. It was like a piece fell off or something stupid. So I put 3 pieces on, chucked it back out, and I let it sit, kind of do its thing, and it wasn't moving real fast. So it was kind of like
just slowly
there.
going through. Yep.
And I got this the tiniest little nibble, and the line kind of got tight enough that I was like, okay, I can set the hook. The second that I set that hook, all hell broke loose. I was like, this ain't a little creek chub. It was him.
Yeah.
And he, like, holy shit. He bit like he bit like it was a 3-inch creek chub.
Yeah.
But then obviously he's a lot bigger than that, and he fought for. I mean, it took me 2-3 minutes just to get him in.
Okay.
He wanted to run.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm reeling him in, and I'm letting him just go back and forth, back and forth. Tire yourself out. Reeling him in, and I have the net. I'm trying to, and I wanted to go down to scoop him, and then he's like, gone.
Yeah.
I was like, shit. Reeling him in. My dad, the whole time, like almost every single fish I caught, my dad was like in the vicinity, and he's like, take your time. I can hear him. Take your time. Keep
I
it
can
slow.
just picture now your dad's over there reeling. Take your time.
Take your time.
Take your time.
There you go. He's like, he wants me to get that fish in so bad. And then as soon as I scooped him, you just overflowed with joy because I saw the color. I mean, you could see the color from the water. And I was like, oh, I turned to Dad, and he's like coming over to me at this point because he knew I actually got it in. And I was like, Dad, holy shit. He goes, this is the best freaking fish I've ever caught. And he's like, he's like, oh my God. Like, even my dad was like speechless.
Yeah.
Like, and it sucks because like that doesn't even do it justice.
Oh, absolutely.
That picture, that was the most vibrant color, like that orangey color on the bottom. I mean, I'm talking like
orange.
I'm talking like that bright.
Yeah.
Like the whole time, and the colors, like you would have thought someone painted that fish. Like that's how beautiful those colors were. And
Yeah.
I'm taking some pictures with him. I was like, this is awesome, so cool. And I'm like looking at him. I was like, well, I'm not gonna keep him.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep him.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm gonna put him back. He deserves to live.
Yeah.
Right. So I put him back in, and he starts going belly up.
Oh no.
I was like, oh fuck, no. So I grab his tail, and I hold him upright.
Yep.
And I just back and forth, getting him in, and then eventually he gets enough strength to wiggle out of my hand. I had a loose grip on him, but just enough. And he gets enough strength to wiggle out of my grip, and then he just sits there, right in the water. I was like, well, you're not going belly up, and you're just kind of chilling. I was like, I'll let you be. So I just take my time. I'm looking at the pictures my dad took on the phone, and I'm putting fresh corn on, and then I turn around. He's still kind of there, and then I walk up a little bit, and he swims off. I was like, oh, thank you. I was like, I didn't want you to die. Like, I wanted you to keep going and live. And then I think I cast a few more times, and eventually went down somewhere else. And fished somewhere else. But I was like, oh, so nice. And that was the second fish that did that to me, because when we went out Friday, mid-afternoon, they're like, oh, we're going to fish, and then we're going to go right out to eat. So I'm like, oh, well, like, I don't have any, like, we have the cooler, but I was like, I don't want to catch a fish.
Yeah.
Put it in the cooler, leave it in the car for who knows how long, because we're eating.
Yeah.
We don't have any ice packs, anything like that. I was like, well, if I catch a fish, I'll just let it go. Well, the brown trout that's in the net, which I think I posted that picture too.
Yeah,
not that one.
Right here.
No, not that one. The one that's close up. That one. Okay. That one there, we actually caught. There's a stream. I don't know if it's part of Pine Creek or not, but the stream that's literally right in front of the log cabin, they stocked that as well.
Yep.
That was one of the first ones I caught there. And I was like, oh, this is not like sweet. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put him back because there's I can't really keep him. Because I was like, feel like it'll like go bad. Over the couple, because we're going to eat.
Yep.
And then directly back out to fishing again.
Yeah.
So I put him back, and he did the same thing. He started going belly up.
Yeah.
I was like, you had all this energy to fight me.
Mm-hmm.
You had all this energy when I'm trying to get the freaking hook out of your mouth
Mm-hmm.
because he's flopping in the net. He's freaking out. I'm like, the second I put you in the water, you want to die. Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
They used up all their energy
Oh, he did.
for that fight.
And I did the same thing, grabbed his tail, swished him back and forth, and then he sat there. And I literally stood next to him,
Yeah.
continued to fish, and just, like, looked down at him every once in a while.
Oh, my God.
And then eventually he disappeared.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my God. I think I have a picture on my phone of just him just chilling there
Oh
in the
my
water.
God. Holy crap.
But that was, I mean, I know, like, we saw every animal but an elk
Yeah.
there. I mean, the bear with her cubs,
Right.
turkey, deer, fish,
Right. Yep.
eagle, an osprey, like, not even kidding.
Yeah.
We saw one fly right above us.
Yeah.
A beaver. The merganser ducks, they're cool. They had the little babies.
Yeah.
Literally everything.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so nice.
That's sick.
So I was like, can I come back?
Yeah.
Can I do this again?
Yeah. So that's the final question.
Yeah.
Would you rather do
Oh boy.
deer camp for the rest of your life or fishing camp for the rest of your life?
Crap. What kind of deer? Like when you say deer camp, you
Talking deer
like
camp like we're doing.
like what we're doing
Mm-hmm.
right now? Fish
Okay.
because we haven't done it yet. The
It's
deer
fair,
camp.
Fair. Fair. Maybe I'll ask that after deer camp.
Yeah.
I'll ask after deer camp which
Yeah.
you rather do for the rest of your life.
If I can only pick one.
If you can only pick one the rest of
Yeah.
your life.
I can
Well,
still
that's-
hunt. I can
well-
still hunt, right?
No.
I can't hunt.
Nope. If you hunt, you only hunt by yourself. So you only literally you can't go up to the cabin with your dad. You can't even do that. Like it's just literally just you by yourself.
I mean, it's still fun, but that's
Or
kinda
you
depressing.
fish by yourself the rest of your life.
If I had to pick one,
Mm-hmm.
I would be okay fishing by myself for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one.
I think I would choose the same thing.
Yeah.
I'd rather fish by myself the rest of my life
Yeah. If I
than
had to
hunt
pick
by
one,
myself the rest of my life.
which is fine.
Yeah, good choice.
But it was still a good time. I mean, it was
Yeah.
good time. I literally told him, I said, Jerry, as long as you invite me, I will come back to this every year.
Yeah.
He's like,
So
okay.
what would be your for that? What would be your biggest tip to a listener for fishing wise, like that kind of fishing?
Well, patience is a big one. Because like I said, like I went to that spot with the brown trout, and I didn't catch anything for the first hour,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And just go try different spots.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to ask, what are you using?
Yeah.
Like, what are you using this time? Like, what are you catching these fish on? Like, they asked me, like, what did you catch it on?
Yeah.
I'm like, corn,
Yeah.
right? I'm like, what do you guys? I'm not even fly fishing.
Yeah.
I'm still like, what are you guys using?
You're trying to compare and contrast.
Like
you know?
what colors,
Mhm.
right? I'm like, okay, maybe you're using a darker color.
Mhm.
Well, on night crawlers, they're darker.
Mhm.
So maybe I can see what they got going on with that and
Yeah.
just kind of compare and contrast with that.
Mhm.
Just ask. I never, and it's nice because like when you're hunting, you want to be away from people,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Like when we were fishing,
You want to be in shouting distance.
you want to be in shouting
Yeah.
distance. Like we're literally just lined up,
Yeah.
like just far enough that we can cast a little bit upstream from ourselves,
Mhm.
let it flow down naturally,
Mhm.
and we never had an issue. And then we
Yeah.
were, 15, 20 yards away from each other, if
Yeah.
that. Like just lined up
Yeah.
across the creek.
Yeah. You don't want to do that in hunting. You
You
want to be
don't
like
want to do that in hunting.
15, 20 yards away from each other.
Like,
That'd
leave
be
me
terrible.
alone.
Be terrible.
But yeah, so that's probably the big. And patience, ask questions, and just. There's just don't have any expectations.
Yeah.
Don't-
yeah,
literally
it's,
none.
It's trout fishing. Put it that way.
Yeah, like I didn't expect to catch that brown trout.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to catch the fall fish,
Yeah.
right? And I didn't even expect to catch as many fish as I did.
Yeah.
I was just hoping to catch fish.
Yeah.
I could have went that whole weekend and caught nothing but chubs or if there were rock bass or anything, and I would have been still happy.
Yeah.
But came home with 6.
Okay. That's good.
I think 6 total
There you go.
trout that I came home with, and 4 of them were the 3
Yeah.
were the ones I caught. My
Okay.
dad had 2, and then Jerry gave me one.
Okay. All right.
That he's like,
put me in that freezer.
Oh, yeah. And I literally ate 2 of them with my niece yesterday for lunch.
There you go.
Cooked them off. It's delicious.
There you go. Cool. That was a cool fishing episode.
Oh, yeah. I need more fishing camps. I can do more
you
fishing
need more fishing
episodes.
camps, more fishing episodes.
Yeah.
Remember to keep hunting.
Keep fishing.
Enjoy the freaking process, and just fish.
Just fish. Perfect. That was beautiful.
40 minutes. There we go.